Yeah. Welcome everyone to today's Q&A, Vital Life Energy Formulas. And we appreciate you all taking the time. I know there's a lot out there that we all get to see and learn from, with so many different platforms now where people can get information just by swiping. So thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. And if you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A section, or you're welcome to also come on audio and ask your question as well. Vital Life Energy does not treat, diagnose, cure, profess a cure of any sort of disease. On the screen, you will see a photograph, same eye, left eye, from the first initial photo on the left to the most recent photo a month later. So on the left is a month ago. On the right-hand side of the screen is 1 month later. I'm just going to share the newsletter that we wrote, Vital Life team wrote. We are all connected to the electrical magnetic energy from the sun and the earth. The internal vibration of the light absorption into the eyes to the brain connects to the two hemispheres of the brain to the wave currents of the supersonic energy. Every cell has to recharge itself. Amino acids may help in recharging our energies and our weaknesses. The Vital Life Energy combination of amino acids gives the glycine with the ketones to make serine. Amino acid, lysine and leucine, it activates a chemical to, in the liver, it activates a chemical to produce ketones. Now, serine amino acid is important to improve brain function. Research shows that serine is a neuroprotective and acts through a variety of biochemical and molecular mechanisms to support the brain function. Serine helps to relieve stress, improve sleep, boost your immune system, may fight type 1 diabetes, fights cancer, and fights fibromyalgia. We all need less stress, and these amino acids may assist in rest and recovery. That's what those formulas are helping all of us with. So the reason for the most recent newsletter and then showing you these two photographs that I've got up on the screen for you, which is 1 month ago to the most recent photo on the right-hand side of the screen where my mouse is circling the iris around the pupil 1 month later, is because we can see the serine levels increasing in this individual's brain. As a lot of you hear us repeat, in that the eye is one of the most active muscles in the human body. Second is the heart muscle. And in a female body, the third most active muscle is the uterus. For the male, it's the prostate. In the functional understanding of the uterus in the female, the prostate in the male, that muscle works also functionally with the colon muscle. So when we look at the eye and we see the light sensitivity in anybody's eye, then we know straight away it's not just the eye muscle being one of the most active muscles, but we're also seeing that sensitivity to the light in the lower serine levels, and the ketone levels are deficient in the individual, and they're not connected to the sun and the earth and their own electrical magnetic flow with their supersonic energy. In 1 month, you can see the improvement in the individual's iris just by the way that they're able to open their eye wider, and that's the muscle regeneration from seeing the eye not being as light sensitive and seeing the top of the eye. I know the question comes up, oh, but it's where I was looking. Light in the eye, the light will naturally, the eyelids and the pupil will dilate to block the light out, and then obviously we'll squinch our eyes to help to block out some of the light. That's why we will end up squinting. But it adapts very quickly when you're able to have the strength of the muscles that you're constantly moving, the eye muscles, even while we sleep, to actually absorb that light from the external sunlight, natural light, or even artificial light. Now, in sharing the understanding how that eye from a month ago to now and seeing the change, but it's also you can tell from the way that the eyelids are, where this was very swollen and actually you could see there was a lot of mucus within the eyelashes and it was very, very red. Just look at the bottom of the eyelid here where you see now it's not anywhere as red. So it's not just dealing with the muscle, we're also dealing with the heat and the redness, which is the flushing of the immune system and the histamine response. So when seeing this the first analysis and seeing this individual, they were having a histamine and allergic reaction, which is also affecting the ketones, which are important that the lysine and leucine produce to activate the liver's metabolism of cholesterol. So it doesn't oxidize. Oxidation causes inflammation. So the histamine response that you're seeing from the redness and the discoloration and the swelling of the person's eyelids and in the bottom of the eyelid is the histamine response where the ketone levels aren't high enough within the liver to utilize the cholesterol and turn the cholesterol into hormone, send it into the brain, into the blood vessels, to the arteries, to the, create flexibility and pliability of those arteries. And there's not enough of it at that time to actually turn it into the hormone within every single gland throughout the body. So there was more of a histamine response, which is also making the person much more light sensitive and affecting the serine levels that one needs in the brain, right, for all the things that we shared about with serine. You won't see serine in the Vital Life energy combinations because Jeff and Lynn set up the pathways of the glycine that I read about on the beginning, making serine. So the glycine makes serine with those ketones from lysine and leucine that produces the ketones. So that serine is very important for relieving stress, which we're all under today. And any way that we can take a minute to just center ourselves, connect ourselves to the sun, to where we are in the moment, and be comfortable in that moment, in the now, and also to be comfortable with the unknown. And that helps to relieve the stress. So just as we wrote in the most recent newsletter, we all need less stress. These amino acids may assist in rest and recovery. So just 1 month, you could see visibly the changes of the individual in their recovery and in their rest. If we have a histamine response, there is not a lot of rest and there's not a lot of recovery because it causes inflammation. And that's what we wanted to share with you all today in our Q&A session on Vital Life Energy and how we use the iridology to see day-to-day and in genetic and environmental and stress and trauma that we go through and constitutional make up both our strengths and weaknesses, and the vitality of this individual balancing the electrical magnetic flow from the right and the left sides of the brain and how they're able to connect themselves to the supersonic energy within. It's always wonderful to have you all join on the calls and we get to learn, grow, change, and heal together. It's very inspirational to have you all share too your own questions and what you might be going through, and other people get to hear it as we become a group supporting one another as a community. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, starting down there, your day just starting for us, coming to the end of the day and evening, and you're already in your Saturday down there, and we're going into the weekend here. Have a wonderful day. See you all again next week. Bye now.